Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am the Omni viewer, and maybe you've already seen the news. But in case you haven't, it appears that the official Godzilla vs. Kong art book, as well as the children's book Godzilla vs. Kong, Sometimes Friends Fight But They Always Make Up, have both been delayed to May 21st of 2021. And this has naturally gotten a lot of people wondering if an announcement for the movie getting delayed to around that same time is not far behind. Now, at this point, that being Memorial Day, May 25th at just around 11 o'clock a.m. when I'm making this video, the dates on all of the official press releases and all of the official sites still say that Godzilla vs. Kong will be released in November of 2020. And if you do a search for Godzilla vs. Kong delayed, you'll either get a bunch of videos that are speculating on this brand new bit of news with exactly as much information as anyone else has, or older articles about how Godzilla vs. Kong was delayed from May to November in the first place. Not May to November, March to November. Of course, that can change, so the question is, what are the odds that the movie will be delayed, and what are the odds that the book delays are evidence for that? We honestly don't know. As someone who has looked into a lot of publishing houses and who has, as a result, become somewhat familiar with how publishing houses handle their releases, I can tell you for certain that the way books are released is not the same process as how movies are released. Movies are released at times when they will be considered most profitable, whenever that might be. But books, what a publishing house does is they have a certain amount of books they want to release every quarter. And if they get too many books in that quarter to the point where the cost of putting them all out there would not equal the profit they would make from selling them, they move some of those books to the next quarter. And if that complicates the next quarter, they take books from there and move that to the quarter after that, and so on and so on. That being said, of course, there are some titles that do get prioritized. Particularly as relevant to this topic, a movie novelization or a concept art book or a graphic novel prequel, those generally are given priority to be timed for release somewhere around the same time as the movie. So, is it possible that Godzilla vs. Kong will be delayed based on that? Yes, there is a possibility. In fact, you might even say there's a good probability. At this point, it's a 50-50 probability because we really don't know. But I think the way we will know is to see how these next couple of months play out. The country's been on lockdown for a little bit. No one's been going to anything that is not essential. Movie theaters have been closed down. And now we're starting to open back up again. And even though there are a lot of people who want to go back to the movie theater, myself included, there are also a lot of people who don't want to put themselves in that situation because of that thing that will get you demonetized if you name it on YouTube. So, with that in mind, right now I think we're testing the waters because there are movies that people are planning to release in the very near future for the summer season. And depending on how well those do, that, I think, will dictate what happens to all the movies that were pushed from the spring and summer seasons into November. If the movies that are coming out in, say, late June and July absolutely bomb because no one went to see them because no one wants to catch the creeping crud, then I'm sure at that point we will see every movie in November, or at least every tentpole movie in November, getting shoved to 2021. If the movies do moderately well to surprisingly successful, maybe those movies will stay. And maybe the books will get their dates pushed back to maybe not November, but perhaps December. Christmas season, you know? Buying gifts and all. We don't know at this point. So, I will keep my eyes open for any sort of official announcement. All I can tell you right now is that, again, as of this specific point, there are no official sources anywhere that say Godzilla vs. Kong has been moved from November to sometime in 2021, most likely around May, when these books will be released now. And if it does happen, then it happens. I really doubt that the movie is going to get released to streaming only, because I know a lot of people have been saying that Trolls World Tour and Scoob have been doing financially well, and therefore that means theaters are dead and all movies are going to go directly to video on demand now. Thing is, those animated movies don't have budgets nearly as high as something like Godzilla vs. Kong, or Black Widow, or No Time to Die, or any of those other movies. Not to mention they're kids' movies, and in this particular day and age, this is a whole other topic. Point is, I don't think that you're going to see many tentpole movies releasing to video on demand, because that wouldn't be profitable for them. If video on demand is the way of the future, the summer tentpole movie is dead. So, but maybe I'll make a video on that topic another day. Right now, I'm going to say that at this point, Godzilla vs. Kong is still slated for a theatrical release. When that theatrical release is going to be, currently all of the dates still say November, but there is a possibility that it could be moved to 2021 at some point in that year, possibly May, because that's when the books are being released. At this point, it's anyone's guess. We will see what happens with other movies that are coming out in the near future, and that will probably determine what happens in November. So I'll keep my eyes open for you. Until such time as we meet again, this is the Omni Viewer signing off. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like it, as well as subscribe to the channel for more content of a similar nature. Also, check the description for links to our Twitter, DeviantArt, and Patreon pages, as well as the Amazon link for the novel Operation Red Dragon: The Daikaiju Wars Part 1, penned by yours truly. Thank you all, and we appreciate your support.